How's it going, everyone? In this video, we have some big news on Alexa Bliss, another Raw star move to Smackdown, and a whole lot more. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get the latest wrestling news. Alright guys, so for our first story of today, we have the ratings for Smackdown and AEW Rampage. And it looks like both shows did very well in the ratings departments, because according to a report from Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics, Friday Night SmackDown drew 2,274,000 viewers and a .54 in the key demo rating, and AEW Rampage drew 458,000 viewers and a .17 in the key demo rating. So overall, both Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage did see a pretty big increase in their viewership numbers. Next up, we have some news on big changes coming to WWE pay-per-views. So after it was reported that WWE Day 1 would no longer be taking place in January, according to a report from Bryan Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer, WWE is planning more international shows and less gimmick shows. If that does happen, then we will likely see fewer shows like Extreme Rules and Hell in a Cell. In addition to these pay-per-view changes, Zero News is also reporting that Over the Edge, Unforgiven, and No Way Out will all be returning in 2023, and In Your House may also be brought back for the main roster. So it looks like there will be some big changes to how WWE runs pay-per-views in 2023. Next, we have some news on another Raw star move to SmackDown. So aside from Rey Mysterio's recent move to the Blue brand, it appears like another Raw star has moved there as well, because according to a new report from PWInsider.com, Omos will be appearing on SmackDown on a regular basis to set up a match against Braun Strowman at Crown Jewel, and by association, MVP will also be featured on the Blue brand as well. Next up, we have some news on Alexa Bliss teasing her return to her darker gimmick. So following Bray Wyatt's return to WWE, many fans have wondered if there are any plans to reunite him with Alexa Bliss. Well, in a recent post to Instagram, Alexa Bliss teased bringing back her darker gimmick, which she used when she was paired up with Bray Wyatt just a few years ago. So it will be very interesting to see if Alexa Bliss ends up being one of the rumored Wyatt Six members. So now guys, I want to give you my thoughts and opinions on all of the topics that we discussed today. Starting off with our first topic, we did talk about the ratings for Friday Night SmackDown and also AEW Rampage. And according to Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics, he did report that Friday Night SmackDown drew 2,274,000 viewers and AEW Rampage drew 458,000 viewers, so both shows did very well in the ratings department, seeing an increase compared to last week. The next story that we talked about was big changes coming to WWE pay-per-views. So after WWE, pretty much they haven't said it yet, but Day 1 has been internally, it has been pretty much scrapped from actually taking place in January, and Bryan Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer did report that international shows are going to take place more often and less gimmick shows are going to happen. For example, Extreme Rules and also Hell in a Cell, and also Zero News did report that other pay-per-views, past pay-per-views, are also expected to return again, like Over the Edge, Unforgiven, and No Way Out. So those pay-per-views could happen in 2023. The next story that we talked about was another Raw star moved to SmackDown, and according to PWInsider.com, Omos will be appearing on SmackDown on a more regular basis to set up a match against Braun Strowman at Crown Jewel in November, and also MVP will obviously be with him because he is his, I guess you could say, his manager. The next story that we talked about was Alexa Bliss teasing her return to her darker gimmick. And on Instagram, she did post a picture of her showing off the look that she had when she was paired up with Bray Wyatt just a few years ago. And also, when Bray Wyatt returned, she also sent out a very interesting tweet. So, in my opinion, guys, I do think that Alexa Bliss could potentially end up joining Bray Wyatt and maybe become a member of the Wyatt Six faction. So that will be pretty cool to see if that happens. So with that being said, guys, that is all of the news that we have for today. Please make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of the topics that we discussed in this video in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.